This will be the first time these two teams have played. We got number 16 Clemson, 10-3, at number 3 Texas, who is 11-2 this season. This is actually the 5-12 matchup in the college football playoff. The game is on Saturday at 4 p.m. on TNT. Texas's offense is getting 34 points per game, which is 26th in the nation. Yards per game, 445, 18th. Passing yards per game, 281 yards passing per game, which is 13th in the nation. Rushing yards per game, 164th. Both these teams like to pass the ball, and I think it's a good thing that they play in Texas in a warm weather environment so that their potential strength can shine in this game. But Quinn Ewers is 66%, 2,665 yards on the season. Only a 7.6 average per completion, though. 25 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Sacked 22 times, which is kind of high. Arch Manning, on the other hand, is the backup at quarterback for Texas. 61 of 90 for 68%. 939 yards for a 10.4 average. 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions and only 6 sacks. Which quarterback would you pick to start this game for Texas? I know which one I would pick. It's a great problem to have, though. 2 great quarterbacks going into the playoff. And they're going to be passing 2 wide receivers up the ass. 5 of them. Matt Golden has 47 catches, 738 yards, 15.7 average, and 8 touchdowns. Wide receiver Isaiah Bond has 33 catches for 532 yards, 16.1 yards per completion, 5 touchdowns. Wide receiver Ryan Wingo has 24 catches, 394 yards, 16.4 average, and 2 receiving touchdowns. DeAndre Moore Jr., 31 catches for 387 yards, a 12.5 average, and 6 receiving touchdowns. Silas Bolden, 21 catches for 234 yards, 11.1 average, 1 touchdown. So there's a lot of firepower there for Texas. I saw it firsthand. I'm a Michigan fan. They came to Ann Arbor and did that. If they decide to run the ball, they got a couple as well. Quint Wisner has 176 carries for 863 yards, 4.9 average, 3 rushing touchdowns. But Jaden Blue, I think, is more versatile, in my opinion. He has 112 carries, 564 yards, 5 average, and 6 rushing touchdowns. But he has 34 catches for 267 yards, a 7.2 average, and a touchdown. And 4 touchdowns. 7.9 average, excuse me. But Wisner he's right there. He's right there. He also has 32 catches out of the backfield for 229 yards, a 7.2 average, and 1 touchdown. This offense. Backing them up at running back, Jarrett Gibson, 68 rushes for 342 yards, a 5-yard average, and 4 rushing touchdowns. If that's not enough, which it shouldn't be, because you always need a tight end as far as Bo Schembechler was concerned. Gunnar Helm is Texas's tight end, 49 catches, 611 yards, 12.5 average, 5 receiving touchdowns. This is all going against Clemson's defense, which is allowing 22 points per game this year, 43rd in the nation. 365 yards per game is 65th in the nation. Passing yards per game, 214 is 60th, and rushing yards per game, I forgot to write it down, but that would be what? 89. 79 maybe, something like that. Anyway, it's been a long day mathing right now. So anyway, but yeah, pretty good though on the rushing front for Clemson's defense. But this is not the average Clemson defense over the last decade. It's worse. It's worse. And Texas is going to score in this game. So what can Clemson do on the other side of the ball offensively? Well, they're getting 36 points per game, 16th in the nation. Yards per game, 455, which is 12th. Passing yards per game, 274. So that's what I'm saying. It's up to the quarterback, the wide receivers, apparently, because that's 17th in the nation. Rushing yards per game, 181, is 43rd in the nation. Cade Klubnik is the guy for Clemson, 64%, 3,303 yards, 7.5 average is all, though. 33 touchdowns to 5 interceptions is amazing. He's been sacked 20 times, though. But he has rushed for 458 yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. So keep that in mind if you're Texas. Now, wide receivers, they go deep as well. Antonio Williams, 71 catches for 838 yards, 11.8 average, 10 touchdowns. Bryant Westcott Jr., 38 catches, 678 yards, 17.8 average, and 5 touchdowns. TJ Moore, 36 catches, 535 yards, 14.9 average, and 4 touchdowns. And then Troy Stellato, 25 catches, 264 yards, and a touchdown. Now, they also have Cole Turner and Adam Randall that are capable at the wide receiver position with 15-plus catches each on the season. Now, I don't know at this point who is in the transfer portal, who is opting out. I'm doing this pick based off what they've done this season, and I don't expect any of these playoff teams to lose players until they lose in this playoff. So I think everyone wants to win a national championship. So if you're in the playoff and then you're a player, that would only gain you value going forward. You don't have to opt out quite yet. At tight end, they have one as well. Clemson does. Jake Briningstool has 45 catches for 461 yards, a 10.2 average, and he has 7 receiving touchdowns. Clemson is capable on the ground as well. Got Phil Maffa at running back, 214 yards, 1,106 yards. 214 carries, 5.2 average per carry. He's got 8 rushing touchdowns. Jay Haynes backs him up. 43 carries, 295 yards. That's a 6.9 average, and he has 3 touchdowns. Clemson is number 20 in the resume ranking, and if you don't know what that is, I will post it in a card above so you can go watch that. But basically, it takes your wins, losses. There's a lot of factors, and but Clemson's wins are versus Pitt and SMU. SMU, very good win. Pitt, okay win. They also lost, though, 3 times to Georgia, Louisville, and South Carolina. Not that bad of losses if you take this year in totality. They're going up against Texas's defense, though, which is allowing 13 points per game, 2nd in this nation. They're allowing 250 yards per game, 3rd in the nation, Texas is. Passing yards per game, 143, which is 1st in the nation. So that takes away, a lot of what Clemson wants to do in this game. Rushing yards per game, 107, which is 15th in the nation. Texas' defense is elite. Clemson is lucky to play them in warm weather in Texas so that their offense can shine in the passing attack. But this defense will be too much for Clemson in this game to score enough to win. Texas wins this home game 34-21 to advance to the Elite Eight in the college football playoff. Because Texas is the more complete team, they will get to play Arizona State, who is the 4 seed but is actually ranked number 12 by the playoff committee themselves. But they are number 6 in the resume ranking. So whoever wins this game, watch out for Arizona State. They're sneaky good. You know they did this. They did the seeding and everything this way to fool the average fan so that Vegas can clean up with all the money. You know that's what's happening, but I'm paying attention. Of course, anything can happen. Anything can happen, but Clemson shouldn't even be in the playoff, which concerns me because Ohio State probably shouldn't have been when it was the first 4-team playoff, and they went on to win the whole thing. So that does concern me, but I have Texas winning this game pretty handily, and they're going to advance. Thank you, everybody. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. But go Blue versus Alabama, huh? Come on. Yeah.